Welcome to Drawfee, where we take your dumb ideas
and make even dumber drawings.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Nathan.
And I'm Karina.
And you know what's something that I've noticed recently?
Oh, great. Now what?
Oh my gosh, this guy.
Some of the things that I watch or interact with or play and enjoy,
Oh boy.
they're not manga.
Can't relate.
And I think
What?
they would be better if they were manga instead.
Can relate.
Okay.
Because then I could read them and see pictures at the same time instead of like
Whoa.
watching or playing or
Yeah.
listening or whatever.
Which don't involve those things. Yes.
Yeah, and are thus worse.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I think we can rectify it today.
Yeah.
I think we can fix it thanks to a suggestion we got
Wow.
from Edwina Dunn.
Man, what would we have done?
What would we
would
have
we
done?
What would we have done
What would we have done?
if we hadn't gotten the suggestion?
They suggested draw a manga cover based on a piece of media you enjoy. Chapter/arc of a book, series, TV show, movie, etc. So take a media that's not a manga, make it into a manga cover. That was the challenge, and we've done it already. It's a speed draw episode.
Woo!
We're going to show you what we did. It's going to be good and fun. Nathan is first.
Yeah.
Nathan.
I'm first.
Nathan, what'd you do?
I did, and this isn't a sponsored post, but I've been really digging. I've been really digging the Poirot BBC series that started from like the late '80s through the '90s.
Very timely.
Yeah.
Been watching that on the BritBox. Got a BritBox subscription.
Not
and,
sponsored.
It's not. This is not sponsored.
You're telling me Poirot from the 80s didn't sponsor this episode of Drawfee?
It didn't. It didn't.
No.
We received no money, just hours of entertainment.
Well, should we get into it and you can talk
Let's
more
get
about
into
it?
it. Let's talk about it.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
I just like the show a lot. And it's funny because it's a show based on a series of books. But now we're taking the show, the characters, the interpretations that the show did of the books, and I'm reimagining them as little animes, little cartoon characters.
This is already cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sort of wanted to do that like Toriyama style bunch of characters in a car that's too small.
This is giving me vibes.
I love
But then
vibes.
I definitely leaned on some Lupin character designs as well.
That's the vibe I was getting.
Yeah.
Vibe received.
Lupin's set in the 60s, I think, and Poirot's set in the 30s. But the fashion, it's just a bunch of guys in suits going around.
I mean, if not Lupin, Sherlock Hound.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, there's this there's the chief inspector guy, Chief Inspector Japp. I very much just sort of borrowed Zenigata's whole
totally.
look. And I draw this pose so many different ways before I finally settle on one that I like.
Yes. Nathan, this is so cute.
It's really cute.
Oh, I love
Thank you.
Nathan, you gonna
Yeah.
watch the new movie?
The new Lupin?
The new Poirot?
Eh?
The one with what's his face?
Yeah.
Kenneth Branagh?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I watched the Murder on the Orient Express on an airplane.
I thought that was pretty fun.
It was pretty fun. It's just now the thing is that's not Poirot to me. I've seen so many Poirots with the actor from the show.
Right.
Whose name I'm blanking on.
You know, the guy.
Suchet? Is that his name? I'm Googling it.
Nathan is Googling. I do love... Oh, this is such a well-composed drawing. Shot. Whatever.
Same shit.
Wow. The series ran till 2013.
What the hell?
You got so much to watch.
David Suchet. Yeah, I mean, here it's a lot of the capers involve a fake facial hair, I will say.
A classic.
And that's no shade at Agatha Christie. She had to write so many books.
Yeah.
There are only so many ways that British aristocracy can murder each other.
Hello, teacher. I have a question.
Yes.
As someone who's not familiar with this series, like I'm sure some people in the audience aren't, who's who?
So Hercule Poirot is the mustache man.
Okay.
And then
Who's
the guy
the cute
driving
guy?
the car. Yeah, that's Captain Hastings. That's
Yeah, he is.
his sidekick. His job is to just sort of be British,
Hey Nathan.
say things like,
Nathan.
I say.
Hey Nathan.
Yeah?
I'm hasting my way into his DMs.
I'm sure you'd appreciate that. Captain Hastings is famously terrible with the ladies. He doesn't get them.
But look at him.
Oftentimes he'll fall for the woman who actually did the crime.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, we love a man with bad taste.
And then
buddy.
of course we've got Chief Inspector Japp and then Miss Lemon, his secretary, and those are all
She's also so cute.
they're all the files going everywhere. She's
Yeah.
got a very complicated filing system, so I wanted to represent that
Yeah.
with a bunch of papers going. And I finally decided instead of having Japp doing a point, he'd be grabbing one of the papers as it flew away.
This is so good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love all the poses in this.
This is legit, Nathan. Like
Thank you.
real comic cover.
Yeah, I was really happy with the composition once I
Yeah.
finally got it.
And we also glossed over this car is also really good.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I love them
Damn.
old timey cars.
He's on X game mode. Got a car. Got all these guys. Shit.
Yeah, you drew so many people in a car and papers.
Yeah. And then I was tired, so I did a very simple line and render, but that's okay because I'm still happy with how it turned out.
Yeah. Sometimes all the heavy lifting is in the sketch.
Yeah, there's no rule that says you have to make every step as hard as every other step was.
Yeah. That's a personal choice.
We have mentioned the possibility of doing a go back and render your stuff different episode.
We have, yes.
And I would also like to posit here the possibility of a combo, go back and render your old stuff, but it's actually each other's old stuff. Because I really like the sketch and I'd love to see what one of y'all would do with it.
That's such a fun idea.
Yeah.
So that's for free commenters. If you like that idea,
You
Yeah,
should
say
comment
let us know.
it.
Say it in the comments. Because that'd be fun. I'm
Yeah.
definitely down for that.
Same. I love to do any type of collabing with y'all because I love you guys as friends and as artists.
Karina, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
But also, it's true.
Yeah. So no arguing with me. I'm correct. I love this, Nathan. It's so good.
Thanks. I did a little nods to the intro to the show. Has a lot of this sort of like Art Deco feel to it with these gradients and this very sort of purpley blue mist everywhere. And so I included that.
Yeah.
And then you'll see I end up going back in and changing the layout a little bit. That rectangle goes away and it becomes something else.
I do like the rectangle. I'm intrigued to see what happens to it.
Yeah.
It's gonna disappear.
Love the rectangle, but also fuck the rectangle.
Yeah, we're tired of the rectangle.
Yeah, I've seen it already. I want something new, please.
I'm bored of the rectangle.
Change it.
Ooh, cool headlight effects.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Yeah, this using some Photoshop manga brushes.
Manga.
And then I add a border, and then I decide I don't like the border, so I get rid of the border.
That's so valid.
Yeah, I get rid of the border. I get rid of the pupils.
Ooh.
And then I try and make the title even more reminiscent of the show.
Oh, cool, like a spotlight kind of.
Yeah, it's sort of like a street light sort of thing.
That is really cool. I like that.
And then
That's smart.
And then I end up having a futz with like where it hits the letters, but also make sure the letters aren't tangenting with the guy. And then I redo the papers over on the side there so it looks better.
Dang, I love this.
Nathan.
And that's it. And I highly recommend the show if you've never watched it. It's just, sometimes it's nice to be in a place where the worst thing that happens is two members of the British aristocracy are in a murder off.
Nathan, I'm going to be the voice of many a people I've seen in the comments, but also myself. You are killing it lately.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're bringing some A+ work to the show.
Hell yeah.
I was real happy with how this one turned out.
Yeah, because it's good.
Yeah, this is great. I just like looking at it.
Yeah. It's really selling me on this, and I'm sad that this isn't a manga/anime.
If anybody wants to make it,
Yeah.
I'd watch it. I'd read it. The
Wink.
stories are already written. Agatha Christie already wrote it. You just got to draw it.
Half the work is done.
It's easy now. Just draw it.
Making a manga is easy. Come on.
You heard it here.
Yeah.
Well, great work, Nathan.
Yay!
Thanks.
I'm the one who goes next.
Wow.
Yes. So for mine, I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV, having a really good time with that game.
Ooh.
And so I thought it'd be fun to make Final Fantasy XIV into like one of those trashy isekai manga.
Yeah.
And so I give it a new title, which you'll see, and make it sort of like a, normie protagonist taken in another world situation.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I will get right into it. 3, 2, 1, go. So I am using Clip Studio for this one.
Yeah.
It only felt appropriate to use it to make a manga cover. And I wanted to play with some of the brushes and stuff. So here I was just doing some preliminary sketching, trying to nail down what kind of style I wanted to do. Because I wasn't really sure how I wanted it to look at the start. So I was just drawing some of the characters. You got Alphino and Alize, the twins, and Thancred is there. And I drew... Yeah, I drew the little gremlin-y version of Thancred, and then I was like, that's closer to what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
A little simpler, a little, So I kind of had that in my mind, and I went to the cover to start on that.
Does your character Pepperoni make an appearance?
Pepperoni does not make an appearance. I wanted to make it a complete normie boy. Like the high school teen in his uniform sort of situation.
Oh, look at that.
I will say, for fans of the game, you see here I did depict Thancred's neck tattoo. I completely forget to do it in the final render, so it's not going to be there, and I'm sorry.
That's normal.
Yeah. So Thancred's kind of like a roguish type. Alphino and Alize are like the young twins, and Alize is the fighter one, and Alphino is the more of like the politician talky one. And then down in the bottom left, you got Urianger, who's like the researchy guy. And in the bottom right, when I get down there, we got Papalimo, who's the little genius dude.
Aww.
And Ida, who is a punch kick woman.
Yeah.
And they're just a fun band. They're in the game. They're called the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, which is the group that you join. Your character joins.
Okay.
So it already fits really well with an isekai formula because there's like a preset group that's trying to save the world, and your character comes in and is like the hero. So I title it Reincarnated in Another World as the Warrior of Light.
Huh.
Because all of the isekai manga are titled something like that, where it's like a full sentence.
Yeah, that's how you know you're in for a very specific kind of time.
Yeah, exactly. It's a full sentence that describes the entire plot. And mostly I wanted to use this specific brush, which is the Kamala's graphic marker.
Yeah, I downloaded that one too.
Yeah, I saw you using it the other day. It's so much fun. It really looks like a real marker. It's like super convincing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Visually. And I wanted to do it all in that, and then kind of that led me to wanting to do the whole style very in a traditional way.
Yeah.
So the coloring too, I don't use any like paint bucket. I do it all by hand, and it took forever.
Oh, you're doing the work.
You're
You're a strong boy.
I'm very strong. But I loved how the inks came out. I really, really liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so markery. That's remarkable.
It is remarkable, Nathan.
Nathan.
You're right. But it was fun for me too, because I always do such clean inks. And this marker kind of doesn't allow you to be as clean as I normally am.
Yeah, it runs out of ink, it looks like.
That is kind of the fun I've been having with Clip Studio of just like, I never do clean inks anymore.
Yeah.
Unless I have to. Ooh.
Yeah. So
what brush are you using to flat?
This is a watercolor one. It's a base set watercolor one that's called Emphasizing Texture.
Oh, it's so textured.
It does emphasize the texture.
Yeah. And it do indeed emphasize the texture. Because I really like that look that manga artists do, where it's like often it is like marker and watercolor combination that they do for like special covers and like color pages and stuff.
Yeah.
Specifically, I was thinking of Haikyuu, which is one of my favorite manga and animes.
Yeah.
And that artist does this type of coloring a lot on their covers.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have it have that vibe.
Man, I gotta get back into Clip Studio.
Join us.
It's really fun. I really enjoyed using it. I do switch to Photoshop at some point because there's just a lot of things that I don't know yet how to do in Clip Studio, and I'm way faster in Photoshop.
It's one of those things, I think, well, just with switching any program, you'll find a new way that you like to work, I think.
Yeah. I do definitely have to work differently in Clip Studio than I do.
Which is always fun. Mix shit up.
Yeah, it kind of does make me try new things, so it feels a little freeing in that respect.
Yeah.
This is already looking so good.
Thank you. I was really happy with it. I had a lot of fun. It took me longer than I normally spend on these because of all this coloring and painting.
Whenever I try to like imitate that marker style, it does take forever. I wanted to do it for this speed draw too, but spoiler, I don't because it was so time consuming.
Yeah.
So you are a brave boy.
Yeah, it took me like, I think 4.5 hours total, which for me is long because I normally finish in like around 2.5.
Wow.
Because I don't like to do a lot of like detail-oriented work or a lot of complicated coloring.
Yeah.
But this time I wanted to, and I was happy with the result.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun.
Sometimes it's fun.
Yeah. Sometimes it's worth it.
I'm worth it.
Yeah.
I deserve this. People who are fans of the game will also notice that like I just played it fast and loose with the costuming with regards to which arc of the game they'd be wearing these outfits in. It does not match up at all, but I didn't really care. It's just sort of, I picked whichever ones I felt like drawing.
I gotta be honest, as like your clueless mom who doesn't understand video games, like I didn't realize this game had NPCs and a story.
Yeah, it's the story's kind of its major selling point.
Okay.
It's the only MMO that's incredibly story focused.
Yeah,
so
I didn't realize.
It plays a lot more like a single player game as you go through the whole story. And then by the time you finish the story, your character's max level, and then you can start doing all the in-game stuff you want to do.
Okay. That's
so it's
cool.
really fun. Yeah, the story's very long.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, there are whole ass like cutscenes and stuff.
Yeah, it's very cutscene heavy.
No one told me that. I thought everyone just made rabbit OCs, bunny girls and boys.
You do that too.
Okay.
It's both.
Okay, it wasn't clear to me. Instructions unclear. I'm
It
still
can be
learning.
everything. You can have it all.
Ooh.
You got bunny OCs in my story. You got story in my bunny OCs.
So I've switched to Photoshop here, and I literally was like, I'm not drawing a background. So I just took backgrounds from the game, applied a dry paint filter and blurred them, and then made like minor adjustments.
Yeah.
Because I had already been working for 4 hours, and I was like, I'm not.
Damn.
There's just no reason. It's like not the point of the drawing, so I don't really need to focus on it here, I don't think. I wanted to add little cutouts to the characters to make them pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did do that.
When in doubt, cut them out.
Yeah, I always like that look. I'm really partial to it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Then just making the text look like
This looks exactly like one.
yeah, trying to match that style.
Oh, he's being teleported.
Yeah,
Oh, he's gone.
I knew I wanted to underlight him with the blue glow, so I applied that in the paint portion already, and then the glow does come back.
This is
as you will
so
see.
Evocative of that genre. You nailed it.
Thank you. I was really happy with this one. I had a lot of fun doing it.
This is great.
Here's where I was looking up the people that work on the game to decide whose names I was going to put on it. This is not representative of everyone, obviously. I had to do Naoki Yoshida because he's the director who sort of brought the game back from the dead after its disastrous 1.0 release. And then Kazutoyo Maehiro was the original like main scenario writer for A Realm Reborn, which was the first part of the game. I know there's like a million writers and a lot of writers people really love specifically who work on the game, but I couldn't put like everyone on the cover.
Yeah, just imagine the one you like is also on the cover.
Yeah, you can write their name on a sticky note and paste it over the screen right now.
When you open the book, there's the full like
There's the full
index
list.
of credits. Yeah.
They're all in there.
They're all in there. Everyone is here.
Everyone is here. But yeah, this is it. I was really happy with this one.
So
Yeah.
cool.
I'd read this too. 2 for 2 on mangas I'd read.
All right, well, great. I'm finished.
I love it. Wow.
Karina,
That
bring us
means
home.
It's Karina's time. Karina, tell us what you did.
Okay, so I had a bit of a reach in trying to think of things that are like in my current bubble of interest that aren't already mangas in some form or animes. So that was kind of a challenge. And I landed in kind of a weird spot. So speaking of timely media, I did a manga cover for the K-pop band Twice.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because I thought it would be like a cute concept if like all of their comebacks had these like different manga posters, because a lot of their early music videos I thought have these like really quirky concepts that I thought would like make fun comics in a way and fun characters. So that's what I did. So I did a manga for Volume 1 of Twice, which is their debut, like Ooh Ah, which is a music video I really like, even though it's from like 6 years ago.
That's such a fun idea.
So yeah.
All right, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I usually do my I actually usually cut my thumbnailing out of my speed draws, but for this one I didn't, so you're welcome. I did initially draw some of this like on paper, and but it was at a completely different angle, but I wanted to do differently. So in the music video, they're like, the plot is that they're in like a zombie like movie and they're doing their like cute song during this like zombie apocalypse, and they're in this abandoned building and they're in this bus, and like there's all these zombies like at the window and stuff. So I wanted to do them in the bus wearing their like different character outfits, because they all kind of like have like different outfits that are kind of indicative of different sort of characters, I suppose. So they're in this bus. I made up the perspective just on the fly because that wasn't the focal point of the image, so it doesn't matter.
It's still really cool, though.
Yeah, and the problem is that this is a 9-member group, so I did draw all 9 of them because they're all important.
We just keep upping the character count in our drawings.
So Gio's up front since she's the leader, and then Cheong's up front because she's my bias, and then everyone else I just fit in where they felt appropriate. But yeah, because I really like their first few music videos. I was torn between this and Cheer Up, because in Cheer Up they're also like very like playing different characters and stuff, and that's something they used to do a lot in like their more cutesy videos. But yeah, and then I was just really worried about getting all of their likenesses down, and former guest on the show, Kiana, actually did a little like guide to Twice members, where she handy. Drew them all and was like, okay, like here's some like character notes so you can tell like who's who. So I've been using that as like a reference.
Thank you, Kiana Mai.
Yeah. So and then I was using like, there's this one brush in Clip Studio. It's like one of the Mamio brushes that has like a lot of grit to it. Because initially I also wanted to make it look kind of like an ink like marker illustration, and I end up not doing that because it's like too complicated and I do not have the patience for that. Not today. But I did want it to kind of look like a pen drawing, I guess. So like really rough. And for some reason I could not get Mina's eyes correct. But yeah, so this one goes out.
Each time you draw them, it looks good to me.
It got there. But yeah.
This is so fun.
So yeah, I spend a lot of time just like, I draw all of their faces first because I just like really wanted to make sure they roughly look like the real people.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And like distinct from each other. So I spent a lot of time agonizing over that. Because like once it's in color and they're wearing their little outfits, you can tell who is who. But I still wanted it to kind of like not be solely based on that, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like they're already looking really distinct just based on their like expressions and eye shapes and facial features and stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, this was just a fun one. I had a lot of fun with this one. But it was just a lot of like, what the hell am I doing? But yeah, I finally drew K-pop fan art. Yay.
Yay.
We got
this
there.
one goes out to all the onces in the crowd. Please tell me your bias down below.
I'm sure they will.
I know you will.
Wait, are fans of Twice called onces?
Yep.
They're oncelers?
No,
They're
Jacob,
oncelers.
no. Shut up, Dad.
I love that we each picked something that only, like, out of the three of us, only each of us knows about.
Yeah.
For each of ours.
Yeah, we really narrowed in for this one.
I got 3 hours into this drawing, and then I was like, I took a break and was like, I could have done Twilight. I was like, it didn't even think to me to like do anything else. I was just like, what do I really like lately that I can like draw as like a cover, like one of these like dynamic kind of shots or something.
Yeah.
And this was the only thing that came to my empty, vacuous brain at the time. And then after the fact, I was like, I could have done literally so many other things. But I'm happy I did this one because, like I said, I thought it was like a cute idea that if I had infinite time and energy to like do one for, like not for this feed drop, but for like every one of their comebacks, because so many of them have these like really fun concepts where it's like, oh, they're in different movie genres. Oh, they have different superpowers. Oh, they're in
That's
different
so much
movies. Yeah, because a lot of them, they're like very character based, where each girl is like a very distinct character in the music video. And I just always thought that was fun. That's why I started listening to them in the first place, because I always thought their music videos were so cool. So I started like blocking in all these like black shapes, and I have this big spot on the side because I initially wanted to do the spine, and then I just like don't do it, so ignore that.
Ignore it.
But yeah, and then I just kind of made up the perspective on this bus because who cares? I don't. And then I just
I love the way you drew the zombies.
yeah, I wanted them to be really easy to draw.
They're
but also
so fun
really
looking.
quirky. Yeah.
They contrast so well with these like realistic likenesses. That's so cool.
But yeah, so, and then again, I was thinking of doing it like Jacob did, where it was gonna like kind of imitate the marker style, but after, like, especially after I put in the blacks, I really liked how just like this really graphic style looked, that I just stuck with it.
Yeah, it goes super well with like the heavy black shading and stuff.
Yeah, once I caught that black down, I was like, wait, I think I've like figured something out here. Yeah, and then I just fill in the little details and stuff. Yeah, I just had a lot of fun with this one. I was really nervous about it because I don't like drawing like likenesses of real people because I'm really bad with faces. But like I said, I had a handy guide, and then I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do for the shading. So I fuck around with that for a while until I just kind of default to like, it has a bit of teeth to it, but it is just kind of like cell shading because I thought that looked nice.
Yeah, it definitely, you've got such a full composition.
Yeah.
You don't want to like overcomplicate it.
The further I got into it, the more I was like, honestly, it benefits from having it be a little flat. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's definitely still like reads as a manga cover.
Yeah.
For sure. Like you see this style on covers
I
too.
see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
I see it.
Are you seeing this shit?
I'm
am.
seeing this shit. I mean, this is probably going to be the thumbnail image too, because we can attract a whole separate audience.
Yeah.
I can see
K-pop
it now
stands.
with the text up top saying K-pop as manga.
Yeah. The Poirot heads are going to have to be surprised.
But
cool.
Yeah, I cut out about 40 minutes of me fucking around with the layout of this text because I just like didn't know what to do. And then I like Googled manga cover image search on Google and was like, oh, right, I can put the text behind the characters.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I cover up some of the zombies that I like with the text, but that's okay because I'm much happier than the first 4 attempts at the title text. And it's number 1 because this is their debut. Yay!
I mean, we know the zombies are back there.
Yeah,
so it's fine.
We got to see them.
Yeah.
This looks so cool. I love how dynamic it is, especially with like the fisheye perspective.
Yeah, thank you. I made it up.
But it worked though. That's what's so messed up about it.
I really impressed myself, with how it worked out.
Damn.
I was really happy with that because I really, it was just a guess. Yay! Thank you.
Well, you crushed it. I think we all did a real great job today.
We all crushed it.
Yeah, what a fun one.
This was a really fun one.
A very wide spread of media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We covered all our bases.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, if you liked this and you want to see more things like it, you can like and subscribe on the channel right here. It's right there. Just click it. And
Yeah.
then
Go
if
on.
you really like it and want to get in on the Discord action where you can make suggestions we might see a little easier,
Yeah.
you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/Drawfee and get access to the Discord that way.
Yeah, and if you like it, then we stream on Twitch
Yeah.
Monday nights.
And if you like it, we also have a store for merch. Speaking of which, well, I guess back to the Patreon. I always get a lot of comments like, how do I get like a high res version of these images, especially after speed draws? And that is a Patreon tier.
Yeah.
So if you like these images and are like, I want a big one for my desktop or to print out or something, you can sign up for that tier just for the month. You'll get all the drawings we did that month, and then you can keep at that tier if you like supporting us there, or you can bump it down after you get the drawing you want.
Yeah.
We appreciate the support either way.
Yeah.
And if you're like TT, then sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.